Hi and welcome to pmplounge.com. This is part two of the report that we were covering in one of our previous videos, Economic Snapshot of Project Management Industry. This is a research report, not a report of sorts, but it is available on pmi.org. The direct link to it will be available in the description of this video. It is available for free for everyone. No copyrights infringement intended. Everything belongs to PMI. We are just covering it as part of this video to give you an idea of where the project management industry is heading to. So this is the direct link and this will be available in the description. The part one, the link to the part one video that we did will also be available in the description. So do check that out first before watching this video, continuing to watch this video, because in this video we will only be covering the snapshot trends, all of them, since this was the part that we didn't cover in our first video. So these are the charts that we are covering today. Let's start with the first one. In the past few months, has your company cancelled or delayed scheduled projects due to economic conditions? And if you see here, it talks about 2009 average, which goes up to 53%. And this is where we were actually, the world economy was in a recession and was kind of recuperating from it, but was still the conditions were bad. So this was the number for 2009. Then you see 44% for 2010, 38% for 2011. As you move forward, you will see that this snapshot covers the remaining years, the recent years, 2015, 16, and 17, on the basis of their quarters. So quarter one, 35%, quarter two, 2015, 40%. But as you can see from the last few quarters, quarter four of 2016, quarter one of 2017, and quarter two of 2017, this number has been constant. So that means the cancelled or delayed projects, the projects which were already scheduled but delayed due to economic conditions, not because of any other thing, not because of scope creep, not because of dependency management or risks or anything. This is solely because of economic conditions. So that has remained constant as of last three quarters, which means the economic conditions aren't that bad. They are actually good, because this number 36%, if you see, is quite low when you compare it with the other numbers on this graph, right? So that means the economic conditions are not bad. In fact, economic conditions are really good when it comes to projects being cancelled or delayed only because of economic conditions. Let's move on to graph 2, which talks about, in the past few months, has your company started projects that were previously cancelled or delayed due to economic conditions? So, started the projects which were cancelled earlier. So, if you see, uh, 21% in 2009, 20% in 2010. That means the companies were starting to kind of revive these projects which were stalled earlier. If you see in 2016 Q4, 2017 Q1, 2017 Q2, the number is quite low, 19, 19, 20%. That means the projects are actually getting back on track. This number actually, if you see, has been low throughout from 2009. Let's move on to the next graph. Are you currently working on projects funded by government stimulus? And we covered this government part, the role that government has played in this, in the recent times. And this is the question that covers it. So Q4 2016 14%, Q1 2017 17%, and Q2 2017 16%. That means government is actually spending. These many percentage of projects are actually, the respondents for this survey said that these many of them said that they are working on projects which are based on government stimulus funds. Let's move on. In the past few months, has your company laid off full or part-time project managers due to current economic conditions? So the number was highest in 2009, and then you see a peak here in Q3 of 2015 and another peak here in Q3 of 2016. So Q3 doesn't seem to be a good quarter for project managers, but then if you see Q4 20%, Q1 of 2017 23%, and Q2 of 2017 25%. So this has been relatively low if you compare it with the previous numbers. Of course, uh, there are smaller numbers here in 2010, 2011, 2012. That is when the economy was kind of coming back on track after the world economic recession had hit. Moving on to the other graph. In the past few months, has your company hired full or part-time project managers? If you see, uh, the average for 2009 was just 33%, but if you see the hiring is on a rise, it's going crazy here. 56% Q2 of 2017. That means a lot of project managers are being hired. And like I mentioned in the previous video as well, this is a great time to get into project management profession. If you're already into project management profession, get yourself a PMP certification, get yourself into agile, get yourself certified, upskill yourselves, and there are a lot of opportunities that are coming up here. So, yep, 56%. This is the highest that it has ever been since 2009. Let's move on. Which of the following best describes your employment status? So, this is kind of incomplete question because it just says which of the following best describes your employment status, and then it has percentage. So, I'll let this graph be. In the past few months, has your company cancelled and or delayed employee professional development activities, which are basically training seminars due to economic conditions? So this again is on a low. 32% only for Q2 2017, was 37% in Q1 2017, 34% in Q4 2016. But if you observe the economic crisis times, this was the highest, 51%, and then it kind of trickled down, but as of now it's actually kind of lowest. 32% is the lowest on this graph. So a lot of companies are interested in giving you the trainings. They have the funds right now, so upskill yourselves. Moving on, the last is this graph. In the past few months, has your company rescheduled employee professional development activities such as training or seminars that were previously cancelled or delayed due to economic conditions? So a lot of reschedules also happening here. Although this number kind of fluctuates throughout, if you see, of course, it was high in 2009, but then it's kind of more or less the same throughout in the last 7 or 8 years that this graph compares. So that is all that I had in this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you kind of understood where is project management industry at the moment. What is the exact economic snapshot at the moment? Do subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/PMP Lounge. If you haven't done so already, check us out on our social media, facebook.com/PMP Lounge and twitter.com/PMP Lounge. And as always, do check out the website, pmplounge.com, your number one free resource for PMP certification and project management industry information, wherein we cover reports like we just did. Thank you.